You must scrutinize, analyze, and question the teacher, the real teacher. And the real teacher appears to be the true teacher. But the real teacher that we have adopted and accepted in our consciousness appears to be a shaky teacher. The doubts begin to arise at a moment you attend school, that education. Who doubts, you see? What doubts? And what is the purpose of doubting? That real teacher. Because the real teacher in front of you, the body, Miss Jones, Mr. Adams, they're doing the best that they can with the teacher that taught them, relocating the information that they themselves received from that apparent true teacher. So don't blame the bodies. Let me explain. Have you ever been in a moment, whether in school, if you can remember the moment, or in your job, and the teacher, the lecturer, gives you information, and the information has to be stored and relocated. 99% of teaching is like that. I'm giving you information. It's not yours, because I am the teacher, and you are the secondary. When you pass a bowl of cereal around 10 children, and they each have to take some and eat it. By the time the 10th child gets a cereal, there's only a few flakes left. It is scientifically and naturally evident, without being taught, that the farther it goes, the lesser it becomes. We're taking the information. We're not eating it like cornflakes, but we're storing second-hand information. How do we learn, you see? The child in class says to the teacher, "Everything you told me today, I already knew." "Oh," she says, "where did you learn it?" "Well, I learned it from my parents." "Very good. So what's the point of being here?" Teacher says, "Well, every parent, every child has different parents, and some parents they don't know." "Oh. Ask your parent tonight. Does he know what Pythagoras' theorem is?" And you come back next day and you say, "Yeah, you're right, teacher. Didn't know. Didn't have the information. Wasn't stored inside my father's brain." That's what he said. How much do we have to learn? Teacher says we have to learn as much as you possibly can. The more you learn, the more intelligent you become. The more intelligent you become, the better job. the more you will help the human race. My mind diverted there. I watched a movie the other day, Oppenheimer. He truly learned a lot, and he truly helped the human race. He invented an atom bomb. I don't know how many people it killed, but he helped the human race, you see. That's what intelligence does. It creates division. In the school, yeah, some of the children were jealous and envious that this child's father had told them the answers before them. So they went home and told their parents, "Why don't you know these things? Why does our friend know all these things and you have not told these things?" And the parents say, "That's why you're at school. Some know more than others." But a teacher in school, same as a teacher in your training course at work, it doesn't say, he or she does not say, "Hands up who knows the difference between good and bad." You're born with a natural way of knowing what is good and what is bad. You don't have to be taught. The minds will argue against this, you see. The minds will say, "Oh, there are many bad people out there." But the division of life, that divisionistic mind, has created the badness from the goodness. You see, no one wants to evoke badness. Not even Oppenheimer. But the idea that the mind can teach the human species, the being, anything other than repetitive information passed down centuries. And the first one that recognized that bowl of cereal wanted to share it. But over centuries and centuries, there's only crumbs in the bowl by the time it goes down the generations. That's why so many now are awakening. Had enough of this logic, this information system, this way of stopping me know what I already know. The children at school, like you, think through a mind that has been born in an egoistic way. The more I learn, the more I earn. And of course, that's how we live. And the more I earn means I don't have to associate with those that didn't take the time to learn. So therefore I must look down on them and live my life as it was meant to be. And every single human being, regardless of status, colour, culture, knows they were born with I can't find a word to describe it, but a fantastic instinct. I don't have to know about the past. The past is in me. I was born through an umbilical cord from my mother and my father's sperm, and their mother and father, and their mother and father, and their mother and father. This doesn't mean to say I'm only left with the crumbs. That's why people are awakening. That's why human beings are awakening. They don't want the crumbs. And the crumbs are not about wealth, money, and power. The wealth is, I know how we can live without an atomic bomb, without wars, without division. I was born as a whole, beautiful, precious, wise child. And all the teachers took it away from me because they thought the bowl of crumbs is better than nothing. I don't know what's going to be left in another 4 generations if we continue like this, having to depend on antiquated rules, guidelines, regulations, education systems. Let us be. You see? When God appeared through this incredible, vast universe, the words it spoke were sent with a message from God to this that appeared to be witnessing this. And what did God say? Let me be. Stop searching for me. If you have to search for me, I've wasted my time putting my me in you. You need to act and realize what you truly are before you attend any satsangs, teachers, schools, business meetings, training ventures. Because what you're attending is stale, second-rate information, not from the people who are delivering it, because they also have received it. Because we are a system that is slowly dissolving, thankfully. Because when the system dissolves, the system is I. And what will be free but me? Namaste.